Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Crash 4. We're not doing bears repeating again. Actually, let's go back. I know we just got done with a few levels, but you know what, the hell with it. If we're going to be doing inverted stuff, I might as well go back and do some inverted stuff, because I don't know how far in I have not done inverted stuff for a while, so I think this will be the episode where we do it again. Unfortunately, it looks like I missed a lot. Do I really want to do that? Now that I think about it, I don't know, man. That does not sound very fun. Doing every single level inverted. Oh, God. We're still on... Okay, so we're on Island 2. So let's just do that. Let's just do inverted Island number 2. So Island number 1 had the echo sound effect thing you have to do every single time. World 2 makes you do sign language to find out where you're going. No, but that's a bad joke. This one is just more so very brown, I guess, red-ish. I don't know. I don't know. I don't specifically know what the whole point of this one is. I think it's just straight up just regular inverted. There's hardly a difference. There's hardly a noticeable difference. So there's no extra gimmick. I know World 3 has a gimmick, no doubt. See, I guess you know what? Maybe instead of doing every 3 levels, we'll just do like every episode. We'll just go back and do inverted right after. So I think we ended up doing that anyway, didn't we? No, because that was episode 4, so it don't matter. It's Crash 4. You guys will be all right with it. You guys don't mind. I'm pretty sure. Don't carry the way. You're just like, just play the damn game player. Just let's play the let's player. Oh, yeah, there's a hidden gem up there. Nice. That was a pretty good grab. I've seen speedrunners get that one pretty damn fast. Yeah, okay, so a while back I mentioned I thought speedrunners are kind of cringe. Well, I think I know exactly what kind of speedrunners I think are cringe, and I think that's more so I hate to admit it, but the Western side. So basically GDQ type stuff. Even though anybody can go to GDQ, not just Westerners. I'm just saying, like, I feel like a lot of those are kind of typically the more cringe ones, but I don't know any that are outside of that are that cringe that I can think of. It's just GDQ, I think, has the most cringe moments. But I found like a new speedrunning thingy called ESA or whatever. Not sure exactly what it stands for yet. I haven't really looked it up. I thought it stood for like maybe like European Speedrunning Association or something, maybe. That's my guess, but I don't know. It would be funny if I was right, but I don't know. I could have sworn there's a bouncy crate down here. No, there's not. That's bizarre. Either way, I found them to be less cringe, but it really depends on the runner. So, once again, I did not say that. That was because I'm still in episode 5 or whatever. We're now in... Yeah, that's 5. That was my brother that mentioned that, so... That was his statement, not mine. But I agree with it. I do think that the runners do make the game. It's much like the same thing with Let's Players, too. Like, you can't... I've had this talk before with folks, but, you know... Basically... streamers just having basically just no talent streamers that just kind of suck. And that's the sad part, though, is like you gotta have... For me, like if I'm gonna be interested in your content, I want to at least have somebody that at least seems to be interesting enough to watch, not just the typical boring dribble that I normally see. Like, I don't watch Simple Flips much anymore, but I still have respect for him. You know, he's also a speedrunner too, but I see him more as just like an actual content creator, more so than a speedrunner. He just happens to speedrun Mario 64 type stuff, and be very good at, you know, Mario 64, so that kind of helps out with his type of content, if you like Mario 64 type stuff. Which I do, but, however, I've gotten kind of tired of Mario 64 again, unfortunately. The reason being is because I have an obsession with, I guess, weird stuff. And the whole, Mario 64's personalized thing kind of just popped in my head again. And I was like, oh, man, I want to go watch more videos about, like, creepy things that can happen to Mario 64 that people had happen to them or something. Something along those lines of, like, oh, I want to see some creepy Mario 64 stuff. And then I found all of it, and I'm like, that's it? It just kind of starts and ends, and it's like, oh, okay. It's like, it's basically just like one iceberg, worth, and it's like, oh. It kind of sucks. I love mystery stuff, guys. I really do. Well, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest mystery head out there, but I like mystery stuff to a point. So, here's a good one. Here's a good example of a mystery thing I kind of like. Not really a mystery itself, but... Okay, spoilers for the Killing Joke for Batman. I'll get over it real quick. So, at the end of the animated movie for Killing Joke, or technically the comics as well, yes... Batman and Joker are laughing together, and then Batman puts his hands on Joker's shoulder, and it's implied that, because Joker stops laughing, that Batman had killed Joker. But it's, once again, it's implied. It's never mentioned that it's actually true. And I've had this conversation with my dad before, because my dad hates that type of stuff. He hates those types of endings. He hates ambiguous stuff. He wants an answer to pretty much just everything. And I was like, well, I like when things do that, because it keeps... For me, it keeps stuff alive. Because instead of just being like, oh, yeah, that's what happened, now it's more like, but did it happen? And spoiler-free now. Okay, so back to Mario 64 type stuff. It's like, it's the same regard with, old games are creepy. It's like, I never really want that type of stuff to end, but I feel like it does end eventually, which sucks. And I guess that kind of takes it away from me just a little bit. It's like, well... It's got to end at some point. Because, like, the whole idea is if Mario 64 is personalized for everybody, and it's always, well, maybe not always something different, but there's always at least some minute detail that's different, that, to me, should be enough to keep the idea of it being creepy alive. But it really doesn't, because all the things we've had that were quote-unquote researched of all the personalized stuff seems to be already researched and just kind of completed, and there's just no reason to keep making up new stuff, I guess, maybe, even though people could do that, but I feel like nobody really does anymore. It kind of lost its luster, and nobody really wants to participate in making creepy stories about it. This is going to sound extremely cringy, and, like, super cringe, I know. I tried making a Luigi's Mansion, not really... I guess you could call it a creepypasta at that point, because, I mean, it basically blatantly was. Yeah, I'd say it's a creepypasta, I guess. I tried making one of my own that was... I forget even how it goes, to be honest with you. But, it was kind of lame. It was pretty much just Luigi's Mansion. Like, you're playing Luigi's Mansion. Obviously 1, because, I love 1, so it's going to be that one. You're playing through Luigi's Mansion, but every time that you think there's a thing that's supposed to happen, it's not there. There's nothing there. The game, all of a sudden, that you've known and loved is just now basically just a ghost town. And I think that's... What I was trying to get at with the creepypasta story was that nothing ever happens and nothing ever did happen in the story in terms of, like, anything big. So it kind of left up to the imagination of the person reading it, like, oh... Is there actually something that does go on in this? Like, is there truly a background thing? Or is it just not actually a thing at all? Is there really, truly nothing there? And I think the idea of not knowing that there's... Whether or not there's something there or not, I think is even scarier than knowing that there is something there. That's what I was trying to imply. I just had a very bad way of actually writing it, so... It was a trial and error thing. You do it, And it wasn't even like when I was like 14. I think it was like 25 when I wrote it. And I was like, you can write better than that. You know that, right? It's like, I know, but it's Luigi's Mansion. I've never done a creepypasta before, so it was new to me, so. But I'm sure I could probably, I could shit a better Kool-Aid commercial than that. In the words of Tourette's guy. But I tried, so that's cool. And that's always a good thing too. Is you know, as long as you try, at the very least. If you got an idea, no matter how dumb it is, just give it a shot. Smosh Games exists, so you know, you can make something out of yourself. If you like Smosh Games, I'm too worried about pissing people off nowadays. I gotta stop doing that. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm just being funny. I'm trying to be funny. No, not everyone's gonna like you. That's just how it is. That's something I need to remember. Is like, oh yeah, not everyone has to like me all the time. Like, I can be, you know, not I don't want to be an asshole. It's just I could be a little. I could be a little funny. A little fun with things. I guess that Doom 2016 video scared me so much from trying to be funny anymore that I ruined everything because everyone thought I was being dead serious. Not everyone, but like a good portion of people just seemed to dislike it. They're like, ugh, this was bad. This was bad taste, man. Fair, you know, fair enough. Look, we all, you know, make mistakes, and you know, the funny thing is too, I kept thinking like, ugh, I should probably take the video down because it's so bad. And then I was like, well, if I do that, then I'm just caving into it, you know, like just leave it open, leave it online. There are some videos that, you know, obviously you should never resurface, but to be fair, I think that's one of those ones where we can kind of live with and be fine. We can all just kind of agree that that was a shit take of a video. Even though the point of it was to be funny and sarcastic, but still though, you know, I did not very funny video. To be fair. And hey, which is okay, you know, that brings me into another topic I had before a while back, actually, which was the whole humble thing. So, there's a lot of people out there that, I'm not saying they need to be humbled, I'm just saying that a lot of them out there, like, you know, online content creators or whatever, are just, yeah, I know what it was. It was Pirate Software. I was talking about him because I was watching a video about somebody watching Pirate Software stuff. They were watching the Meat Cannon video of it, actually. And, he's so unself-aware, it's just bizarre. Like, how is that even possible? How can someone like him just be that unself-aware? There's gonna be at least a small bit of self-awareness in everybody, right? But I don't think he has any. To be fair, I don't know. But regardless, so the point I was trying to make the other day, I didn't record it. I was just, you know, shower thoughts. I was like, man, you know, I hate to be that guy. I'm gonna sound like a douche, but I feel like I've kind of been humble enough on the internet. Like, I've made plenty of videos that have gotten the shit, you know, kicked out of them. And I still have the wherewithal to keep them up. I still have those bad opinions that were said back then that either I might have changed by now. And I'm, you know, I'm not that afraid to get rid of the videos or whatever. Like I said, there are certain videos that do not deserve to be around. But those ones are usually just mecha bad anyway, to the point where it's like, yeah, you said something really bad, you know, jokingly or not, like you did. And there are times where YouTube will just take it down too. I don't think I can even make the joke here because YouTube took down the video because of said joke. But there was a Persona 5 video, I think it was episode 1 of Persona 5, of all things, where we made a, you know, a pretty, I guess you could say, off-color joke back for, you know, co-op stuff. And YouTube did not like that. Hell, YouTube didn't even like the thing I said on my friend's channel, which I don't even think was even that bad. And there was that one part with Mario 64 I had to on the co-op thing, I had to actually cut out. Not because the thing itself was bad, but like the implication people would take the wrong way. And once again, I hate to be that guy, but I don't think I can repeat those things on here because YouTube won't let me. At least I'm afraid that YouTube will take it down. And plus, I kind of want to keep Crash 4 up as a Let's Play thing, because I do actually enjoy this game. I do. It took a while to really like it, though, by the way. It took years before I started really liking this game. But I actually like this game quite a bit. I think it's quite fun. It is a lot to do, because you've got, you know, the flashback stuff you gotta do, time trials, technically all the stuff you gotta collect, all the gems. It does seem like a lot, and it really is at the end of the day, but it's not Banjo-Tooie a lot, so I'll take what I can get. And crazy enough, I didn't know this, but I guess Toys for Bob actually made a 3D fighting game back in the day. I never knew that. Which I think is insane. And I keep forgetting that Toys for Bob was the people behind the Spyro remaster. And not Beanox. Beanox was Crash Team Racing, I think, only. Well, they were on here too, but I think they were mainly Crash Team Racing in terms of Crash Spyro content. I think that's right. I don't know. Sounds right. That's something else I could talk about real quick, though, is even though I want to get these Let's Plays done, like the ones I have going on right now, would that ever end my Let's Plays? I'm going to assume probably not. I think there's always a chance I could come back, do some Spyro content, or even more Crash content, because I still haven't done Entrance yet. I asked my friend about doing Entrance, and he's basically flat out said nope. So I don't think it's going to get a co-op done of it. Now, I did happen to do Huge Adventure with him, which I was wanting to do 100% because I've actually 100% the game before as a kid, you know, all that fun stuff. But we didn't end up 100%ing it this time, which sucks, but oh well. I don't know why. I think I just got tired of it or something like that. I think I missed a few things like, yeah, fuck this. Entrance is definitely not getting 100%. There's no doubt about that. I've never 100% Entrance. I've never 100% this game either. I'm just a bad Crash game player. But if I do Entrance, I can always just do it with my brother because it'd be different. Well, if honestly, like, okay, the thing with my brother in Crash is he likes Crash a bit. He's not like the biggest Crash head ever, but he likes Crash enough to where if I said, hey, you want to do Wrath of Cortex together, he'd say, fuck yeah. And we both like Wrath of Cortex, by the way. We actually both like it quite a bit. Twinsanity, same thing. We both like Twinsanity. He's a tag team racing guy, though. I'm a Crash team racing guy. He's tag team, and I'm regular team. And I don't think any of us that I know of actually likes Nitro Kart that much. To my knowledge. I have Nitro Kart. I have the one on Game Boy, too, but I don't know. I don't think it's really my thing. But I do love Nitro Fueled, though. Basically, for those that don't know, that's the remastered version of Crash Team Racing. It's awesome. I played the hell out of it. I played online a lot, but nowadays, not so much. But I played the shit out of it for a good while. But now I got something else to play I can play the shit out of, and that's Night Rain. It's always nice to have a game you can come back and have a multiplayer to play of, because I never really was like a huge multiplayer head, but I've always, when I was a kid, I'd say I was probably bigger into multiplayer stuff, definitely, but as an adult, it's kind of worn off a little bit. However, it really depends on what comes out. Like Night Rain, for example, was just like, yeah, this is it, man. Like, this is awesome. I fucking love Night Rain. I love Night Rain. And back in the day, you know, COD, of course, that kind of thing. Like, obviously, you know, play COD, you know, that kind of thing. And then Uncharted 3 was a huge thing for me, like, big thing, like, probably the biggest thing I played. Battlefield 3 was kind of big-ish. Resistance 3 was big-ish as well. But Uncharted 3 was, like, the penultimate, yeah, this is my multiplayer game for sure. Played a bit of Grand Chase, played a little bit of League of Legends, that kind of thing. And then, I'm trying to think of, like, other multiplayer stuff I got into. Like, later on in life, Overwatch came out, got into that quite a bit. Overwatch 1 specifically. Didn't really play a lot of Overwatch 2, though. Still haven't. Apex? Yeah, I'd say I got into Apex quite a bit. Titanfall 2, not so much, but definitely Apex. Black Ops 3, not much, but Black Ops 1, though, yeah, definitely. And funny enough, not Modern Warfare 2, actually, because I did own Modern Warfare 2. My brother did. My other brother, sorry. But my one of my friends from school had Modern Warfare 2, so I'd play with him. Let me think here. I don't remember the hidden gems at. I think it's in the factory itself. Yeah, I know this is one of the few times I'm actually quiet for once, huh? Everyone's probably like, "Oh my god, is he dead?" Nah, I'm fine. It's just, I guess all this reminiscing is making me sad. I guess that's a joke. I'm not actually. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm just trying to think of things to talk about. That's all. Or just think about other multiplayer stuff I got into, because I can't think of any besides, like, maybe Battlefront, like Star Wars Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1, not so much, and Classic Battlefront as well, same thing. Like, I didn't really play the Classic Battlefronts back then. I have them now. You know, I bought them on Xbox a while back, and then the goddamn remaster collection comes out. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, it was a while after I bought them, but still, it was like, god damn it, I could have waited for this. Which that typically happens to me, is like, I'll play a game or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like, an announcement shows up for it. That's why my friend always jokes and says, you should play Ape Escape, because if you do that, it'll cause Ape Escape to get a remaster trilogy. And I was like, alright. Well, I still have yet to beat Ape Escape 3 on this channel, so maybe that's probably the thing that's going to end up happening. If I do 3. Maybe that might actually make us get a trilogy collection, which would be nice. Ape Escape is a good game. Hell, we got a Pikmin remastered collection, so that's one of his games that he likes. Why not get a Ape Escape with it? Even though we have ways to play it, but still. It's nicer when you have a game that you can hold physically as like a collection of stuff. More so than something you can kind of see digitally, I guess. That's not really in a collection. Not really collection topic stuff, but ideas. So, I still want to kind of do the hardcore and stream thing. Kind of do. I'm still not 100% on it yet, but it's still an idea. And I was thinking, like, what if I just do other stuff, like other streaming stuff, before I do it? So I can try to get back into streaming. And then I thought, like, what if I do, like, a Mario 3D platformer marathon, where I do 64, Sunshine, Galaxy 1, and then Odyssey. And then only, like, not 100%, but just, you know, play until I'm satisfied. And the same thing with Crash. Like, if I did a Crash marathon, I would 100% the first 3 games, and that's about it. After that, it'd be like, it's whatever at that point. But a Crash marathon would be kind of big, too. If I do, like, a big oh, fuck off, Tana. I bet that was one of her damn boxes, too. I bet you anything. If I do a Crash marathon, I was thinking, what if I do the old Crash? As in, I do the original Crash 1, 2, and 3. 100%. 2 and 3 wouldn't be that bad, but 1 will piss me off, I know. No doubt. And then the other marathon idea was, I'm trying to think. Well, at one point it was Halo, but I don't know. Beating them once enough was, I think, kind of just good enough. Beating them on my own time, I'm like, I'm good. I still have yet to finish Reach, ODST, and Infinite. I haven't even touched ODST yet. Well, I did when I was a kid because I played with my cousin, but I'm talking about, like, you know, this marathon thing or whatever, casual thing I was doing offline. Playing everything on Heroic, and I got to a part in Reach where you have to defend a tower thing, and it's pissing me off. It's really pissing me off. Because there's, like, hunters, like, 2 hunters that show up, and then the fucking turrets have been changed now. And by changed, I basically mean that back in the day, if you have a turret and it was attached to something, it would have infinite ammo and no overheating. But now it overheats while it's attached to something. That pisses me off. They shouldn't do that. I understand that Reach was like a big thing back then, because I didn't really play a lot of Halo. I didn't really have an Xbox to play it with. It was just more so like I go to my friend's house and play it there. So obviously I missed out on some stuff, but I will admit the ones I did play, like the campaigns were fun. In terms of like 1 and 2 and 3, I enjoyed them. Even though I was playing on heroic mode because I'm a loser, but no, I'm a loser, not you guys. People who play on heroic or legendary, you're not losers. I'm saying like I'm a loser for, you know, tryharding on a game. It's funny because I always bitch about people tryharding all the time, but yet here I am, literally playing games on hard the first time I play them. It's like that's basically just tryharding. You're trying to show off that you can do it. But the thing is, like, I like that because, you know, when you play Doom, that's kind of the mentality. Is like you want to play on ultra violence because you want to get the most out of your game. That's where it feels the best to play at. And shooters on hard, you know, Doom kind of ruined it for you, but shooters on hard just feel like the appropriate thing to do. And then the reason why I don't play a lot of hack and slash stuff on hard, depending on what it is, if I'm playing a platinum game on hard, it's like I probably won't play on normal first because, you know, Devil May Cry, as in you get upgrades that carry on to higher difficulties. So it makes more sense just to get the upgrades relatively, you know, during your normal playthrough, and then after that go to hard. But I still, no matter what, think that hard mode in everything is typically like the preferred way to play a game. Because at that point, you have mastery, and you have knowledge, and you know how to play the game. So at that point, it's just... It's the most viable way for me to play. Not for everybody, but for me to play. Because, like, my dad doesn't really play games a lot, but, you know, he sometimes just plays God of War on easy, and he's like, yeah, I play God of War on easy, and I'm just like, oh, that's fine, you know, it's not a big deal. You know, because, like, you don't really play games often, so it's like, who cares? Just, I don't want people going around saying things like, yeah, the game was too easy because I played it on easy. Like, no shit. Alright, so World 3 is going to be basically painting the world around. There you go. It's neat. Don't get me wrong, it's neat. But it's World fucking 3. I do like the pirate aesthetic a little bit. I just... Box-wise, it's a pain. Because I know I mentioned before that I liked World 3. I think this is World 3, right? I think I mentioned before that I liked it. I do. I do like World 3 a bit. It's just, I have bad memories of these ones because I always miss, like, a box or two somewhere. And then, God forbid, like, a hidden box or something, too. I just forgot. I got leftover pizza. Fuck yeah, dude. Which also, that same pizza gives me diarrhea every time I go there. So, I mean... But, hey, you know, if you're not getting diarrhea from eating out, you're not eating out properly, are you? You gotta get that diarrhea shit. There was something I wanted to cook up at some point, which was these protein burritos I saw online. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I want to do that. But I hate going to the fucking store. I don't think anybody likes going to the store. I think that's just a normal human thing to do. I sound like an alien. Yes, fellow humans, I also, too, do not like visiting this establishment that carries nutrients. And also other supplies that could be used for other useful things, such as sticking things in your ass like enemas. Bing, bong, bam. Alright, so... Box? Was that a different level? I'm thinking of. So I think, yeah, this was like the level that didn't have like the hidden box anywhere. And the cool part about the inverted pirate world is the fact that you can actually see boxes a bit better. That complaint I had before about the fact that I can't see boxes around the area because they're kind of hidden inside, well, you know, hidden behind the environment and stuff because everything looks brown. That's basically what I'm kind of referring to. I think you can jump over here, though. There it is. Yeah. So that's where you can finally get your first hidden... Not your first hidden gem. What the fuck am I talking about? That is where the hidden gem of this level is located. That's the first time you can actually... No, you can go over there in the normal level. You can do that, but there's nothing there. So why they... I don't know. Why they bother with it, I don't know. They should have put boxes over there. In my opinion, they should have put boxes. But then again, it might be too easy. And that was a fun topic. I talked about, I think like last video was game dev for level design and stuff, like making your games fun. Seems like a huge chore to kind of do. I still believe that, though. I still think that it can be a chore to get just the right type of thing. Ow, you fucker. You fucking dick, too. Anyway, so since I was talking about Mario 64 last time, I think we should probably bring that back up again. And why I prefer Mario 64 over Banjo-Kazooie. Whoa. Let's hit it. Okay, so I don't have that much hatred in my heart for Banjo-Kazooie, okay? Just laying that out there right now. I don't really hate Banjo-Kazooie. I've 100% it, I think, like, maybe twice in my entire life. And once was at my friend's house, another time, I don't know. But I know for a fact that I 100% it twice because I did not 100% the first time at my friend's house. I know that for a fact because I at least knew what I was doing. So, what I like about Mario 64, collectathon-wise, was something I didn't really even think about much until, like, today because I was watching a video talking about it, actually, which was, the way they handle... It's already been 30 minutes? What the fuck have I been talking about this entire time? Damn. So, they... Back then on Mario 64, they still kind of do it today. Like, DK, Bonanza, and Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild is a really good example of this. Where they give you a game... Like, Nintendo will give you a game and just... Like a Mario game or whatever, like a simple enough... Like one of their flagship games, and they just say, here, just go have fun, go play it, whatever. Right? Well, I didn't really think too hard about this, but, like, Bob-omb Battlefield straight up shows you what Mario 64 is like on a whole. Because on your way to the first star... I wish I could give credit to the person that said this. I don't remember their name. I think they had, like, a 4-hour video talking about, like, I think, the worlds of... That might be somebody different, actually, maybe. I don't know. Shit. Well, anyway, this was not my topic, okay? This is somebody else's. So... Basically, in Bob-omb Battlefield, when you're going to fight King Bob-omb, there's a power star. Listen to me talk like a loser. There's a star on the way, which is the Chain Chomp star. You see it directly in the cage, and it's like that right there immediately tells you without telling the player. I love talking about this stuff, by the way. I love game dev stuff. So let me just kind of be autistic for a bit. And that basically just right there tells the player, yes, there's multiple ways to get stars. You don't have to get all the stars all the time. There's always, you know, things you can do. If you want to have fun, you can have fun. And that is awesome. And I missed a box, and I think I have an idea where it's at, actually. I could be wrong, I don't know, but I have a feeling. A sinking feeling. Is that a Sly Cooper bottle? That was a weird laugh. It's like a Smiling Friends laugh type thing. I could have sworn there's like a box to the side here. Well, whatever. Let's just get out of here. I missed a box, and I'm sure it's probably a hidden box somewhere that I completely forgot about, because if I remember correctly, I think there actually is a hidden box in this godforsaken level at the very beginning area, probably, after the thing blows up, I think. But, so yeah, so Mario 64 has this where you can go do whatever at any point in time. Now, I'm not trying to say that Banjo-Kazooie does not do that, but what I like about Mario 64 is it just... I never feel like I have to 100%, but with Banjo-Kazooie, I always feel like I don't have a choice, even though I do have a choice, but it's just there's so much shit all the time, and it's overwhelming. I mean, hell, the fact that I'm saying Banjo-Kazooie is overwhelming is crazy, because Banjo-Kazooie is not even that overwhelming. It's just, it's Tooie and DK64 that's really, truly overwhelming. But, Banjo-Kazooie is not bad. I don't mind Banjo-Kazooie. I'm just saying that Mario 64, I feel like, did it just a bit better with how they handled the collectible part of it. Where, whenever I'm playing it, it's like, I can go for 70 stars if I wanted to. I can go for 80 stars if I wanted to. I can go do whatever the hell I want. I can play... I did this the other day, too. I was like, I'm just gonna go play Bob on Battlefield and just get the chain jump start and then just go do like Jolly Roger Bay or something. Like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to do Bob on Battlefield. And you know what? You don't have to. Because there's just enough stars and enough worlds to actually make that happen. But, I mean, I know I'm pretty sure I'm wrong about this, but it always felt like with Bandicoot, like I'm supposed to go out of my way to get all the notes in every level. Because I'll never have enough, even though that's not true. You always will have enough. Same thing with DK64. There should be just enough to get past the game without having everything. But there's just something odd about those games that I guess are just different. See, this topic is just a bunch of bullshit. It's just like a huge bias towards Mario 64, basically. So pretty much just a big giant nothing burger, practically, is what I'm getting at. My intense hatred for Banjo-Kazooie is the simple fact that I like Mario 64 slightly better. That's it. I don't know. I'd have to play it again to find out. I don't know. But every time I play Banjo-Kazooie, I get to Treasure Trove Cove, and I'm immediately just exhausted. I can do Mumble Mountain just fine, but as soon as I get there, I'm just overwhelmed. I just don't feel like playing anymore. And that could be a number of things that are causing it. You know, it could be age. It could be, I don't know, my feelings toward games have changed. Because back in the day, I liked Banjo-Kazooie 1 a lot. Enough to 100% it like a couple of times, like I said. But just a couple of times, I guess, was just enough. Which sucks, too, because it's a pretty cool game. I even tried doing Let's Play of it, too. But as soon as I started, my dad came over. The moment I started, I'm like, fuck. Alright. I'll take that as a sign that I probably shouldn't do it today. And then I didn't. Which is funny, too, because I took a poll asking people, like, what do you want to see? And one person voted. And it was for Banjo-Kazooie. And I felt extremely bad because I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have it in me. And funny enough, it turned out that the one person who voted actually was my friend, so I don't feel that bad anymore. I can still do Banjo-Kazooie at some point. I don't know. It's a lot for me, I guess. Which that's kind of weird to say that. I hate saying that now. It's like that. I don't know. Well, another thing too is like I've never even beaten not only Banjo-Tooie, but I've never even beaten DK64 either. I'm still missing out on those. And those can be a pain in the ass. Ukulele, same thing. Although Ukulele I don't really like because it just has that really kind of weird, ugly indie design to it. By the way, indie games are not ugly. There's just something very specific about, you know, people who use Unity and use Unreal. And I don't know how to explain it, but there's like, you could just kind of tell, like, oh yeah, it was definitely made in fucking Unity or Unreal. Which is funny because, like, Deadpool was made in Unreal, and yeah, it shows, but, like, I don't know. I feel like because it's not really an indie game, I mean, I already like it anyway, but I don't know. I have no hatred toward indie games, by the way. I have plenty of indie games I like. I can name 3 of them right now. Shit. Well, anyway. Regardless, no, I like indie games. It just depends. That's all. I missed a box. There was one back there that you can get. Like, to the side. Fuck it. Who cares? Oh, well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't miss a box. Yeah, both of them are right there. Yeah, game. Yeah, it's funny. I'm trying to think of indie games, and it's like, god damn it. There was one that I do kind of like. I forget it's Silo Sybil. That's pretty cool. It's basically Crash 1 like. Which is also a complete nightmare because they do the Crash 4 thing of making it fucking damn near impossible. Kiwi 64, that's a fun little game. I like that one. Psycho Pump, pretty neat. I like that game. Five Nights at Freddy's is an indie game, I'm pretty sure. So, although not so sure about Security Breach though. I'd try Security Breach. Dead. Yeah, nah, not for me. No doubt. Alright, let's do one more level. I think it's fair. We're definitely at that point now where We can definitely, bang these out with our cock out. No doubt. Like, we're getting a lot better at playing these levels. Jetport Jetty. Oh, God. I say that. Well, I mean, this is not that damn actual Jetboard one. It's still a Jetboard one, but it's not the one I did earlier. And I think this might be one of the last-ish levels to do, except for the embryo boss fight, I think. Also, for those that are curious, what about Blasphemous? Do I like... Hollow Knight. Do I like Hollow Knight? I've tried to get into Hollow Knight. Every time I try to get into it, I can never get into it. I don't know why. There's like... There's just always something there that's just like, I can't do it. And I think the reason why is because I'm too... My brain is too fast-paced all the time. Like, I'm always constantly wanting action or something stupid like that. Which is funny because I actually like VNs. I like visual novels. And I like, RPGs from time to time. So I don't think that's really the case. If I had to argue, I think it's just like the beginning levels just... They all look kind of repetitive. Oh, that's a bad word to say that. I know of the Hollow Knight community. They just don't strike me as much, I guess, as other games do. So I kind of just lose interest a bit more faster. The only way to really, for me to like Hollow Knight is just to sit down and play it and like it. That's the only way it's going to happen. Like, I have to force myself to get into it. And for some people, it's like, well, that's a bad way of doing things. And yes, it is. That's a very bad way to getting into games. But I feel like, for me, I'm just going to have to sit down and play the damn thing because my dumbass just won't do it, That's my fault, by the way, not the game's fault. Hell, I beat Blasphemous, and for some reason still don't really care much for that one either. It's weird. But I love the art style of it. I love all that type of stuff, but I like Metroidvanias. I like Souls-likes. Yet, for some reason, you would think I would like Blasphemous a lot, but I just, for some reason, don't like it as much as I was hoping I would. I don't know why. I think there's actually genuinely something wrong with me. I think there is. Because when Blasphemous was coming out, I'm like, oh shit, this looks sick as fuck, dude. Like, these bosses look horrific. I love this. They look cool. Horrific in a good way. Like, they were uncanny as shit. I was like, oh, yo, this is going to be a cool-ass game. And then I played it, and then I beat it, and something happened. I don't know. It just didn't click, I guess, as much as I thought it would. Like, I even have 2. And same thing happened with Axiom Verge. I played a little bit of 2, though, so there's that. But Axiom Verge 1, I got to a certain boss. I forget who it was. It's been so long. I got to, like, a very specific boss fight, and then that was just the end of it for me, I guess, at that time. I just, for some reason, stopped playing it, and just not really caring about it much. And hell, I even have Bug Fables, which is a Paper Mario-like, and I like Paper Mario 1. And yet, still nothing. It's annoying. This whole not being able to get into game shit is really fucking aggravating sometimes. I mean, you don't have to like... I don't have to like everything, And it's funny, too, because I think for a while, people thought I didn't like strategy games, which was never the case. I like XCOM, too. Okay. So what about any other ones? Like, I kind of like Fire Emblem. But the ones I've played have all been kind of whatever, except for, like, in my opinion, the Game Boy one, the very first one I started with back in the day. I'll get into that in a second, but the one I want to talk about, the strategy game in question I want to talk about, that I actually do like playing casually on occasion. Well, it's 2 of them. There was, they're both Warhammer stuff, so yeah, I know, here we go. Space Wolf, I think, was like the first one. It was like that card one that's XCOM-like. And then there was Dawn of War. I like Dawn of War. That's the one I'll actually just casually whip out every once in a while. I'll be like, yeah, I like this. This is cool. But in terms of let me get this out of the way. In terms of Fire Emblem, it's funny because no matter how hard I try, maybe, hopefully, Path of Radiance would be good when I get around to playing that one. The GameCube one. I think that was a GameCube one. I could be wrong. There's like a Wii one and the GameCube one. And I wanted to get the GameCube one back then, but I got told I probably wouldn't like it, so I didn't buy it. And I've been pissed ever since. Because I missed my chance. It was $60. Yeah, and I missed it because I was like, alright, fine, whatever. I am too stupid to play strategy games anyway. That's what I took it as. I know. Not very good thing to do, of course, but... Not good thought process, of course, but that's just... Yeah. How it is. Well, either way, we're getting on Switch too, so it's fine now. I can play it now. But the first Fire Emblem I ever played was Fire Emblem 7. It's the one with Lyn. And I played it back in the day. Well, you know, emulated, of course. But I played it back in the day, and I was like, okay. I don't think I really care much for this. Too much. And then Three Hopes comes out, and I kind of liked Three Hopes. I was like, oh, this is not that bad. I kind of like this a bit. And then, I don't remember the... I'm getting the orders mixed up, I'm sure. I missed a fucking steel crate somewhere. Exclamation crate somewhere. I don't know how. I think it's off to the side. Whatever order of events happened at the... I liked Lyn, which is the funny thing. I liked Lyn. But I didn't really care too much for the game back then because I just wasn't really into it. But I didn't mind, you know, like XCOM and stuff when that came out. I thought that was cool. So, regardless, thought Three Hopes was fine, but didn't really care too much for it. Didn't care enough to go back and beat it again. I beat it once, Edelgard, of course. I'm a loser. I'm that type. Beat her campaign, the Black Eagles. I forget which one it was, Church or whatever. Either way, got one of the 2 endings for her. And just never really touched it again, except for watching my brother play it for the co-op thing. But that's disappeared for the most part for now. And then Engage came out. I missed the 3DS games. I wanted to play them, but I missed them. And then Engage comes out, play that. Didn't care for it. Beat it, but just really did not care for it that much. Thought it was kind of just whatever. Just not really that... I just really did not care for it. And after Engage came out, I decided to go back and just say, fuck it, whatever. I'll go get the 3DS games, as many of the ones as I can. And I started up Awakening, and I loved it. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And then I'm like 14... I keep saying like all the time. I really gotta stop doing that. I'm like 15, 16 something chapters in, I think. Something like that. I don't remember directly offhand. I'm like halfway through the game at this point. And something about it just stopped clicking with me. I just didn't care. Real quick, actually, before the 3DS ones, Engage came out. And I played that, didn't really care for it. But then all of a sudden, Switch got, you know... It got Fire Emblem 7, which was the one I played, you know, back in the day. My first true Fire Emblem into the foray of Fire Emblems. And so, I play that again, give it another shot, and adore it. Just absolutely love it. Loved it to the point where I just went out and bought a copy myself. So, I love Fire Emblem 7. It is great. And I'm glad that I like it too. Because it is a good game, I feel. And we do have access to 8, though, as well. On the Switch subscription service, but... haven't really gotten around to playing it much. And then after that, after I got into those a bit... I went and got the, you know... because they're pretty affordable for the most part. I got them when I could. Or, you know, whatever. Got around to when I got around to them. Just to make sure I had them before, you know, everything was completely wiped off the face of the earth. Grabbed the Fire Emblems on 3DS. Specific 3DS. Not all of them, because I'm still missing, like, one of them. Which is, I believe, Revelations or whatever, which is just kind of impossible to get your hands on, I guess. Too expensive as well, so I just said, fuck that, whatever. I got Birthright and all that, so... Played like halfway through Awakening. I'm dying to the same shit. Liked it for a good while, and then all of a sudden it just stopped clicking for me. Like I said, I just started getting kind of bored of it, and then I was like, you know, I think it's just because it's the 3DS ones. I don't know what it is about it. It's just... Maybe it's the fact that it's more casual friendly that might be putting me off, which is sad, because I don't really mind the casual friendly aspect of Fire Emblem, I guess, but because, like, I suck dick at everything, and I don't know, the permadeath thing, you know, yeah, like, I'm not, like, the biggest Fire Emblem fan, so for somebody that's not the biggest fan, most likely it's going to happen where the classic style of playing might not be what we're used to, I guess. So, you know, you play Three Houses, you kind of just get into that mindset of, well, I'll just play casual. It makes sense, you know, why not? And, which is still bizarre because I actually like Fire Emblem on Game Boy, because if I'm playing that and I lose a teammate or whatever, I'm like, fuck this, just reset the level. That's what I do, at least. It's kind of works the same way as like a casual thing does, but except, well, I'm good. And casual is just one of those things where I'm just playing for fun. I'm just saving time, I guess. I'm not the biggest Fire Emblem fan. I'm not going to say that I am, but I do like them enough. I will admit that. I do actually like them enough. And I'm looking forward to getting to play the GameCube one, finally, after all these years. Whenever that comes out on Switch 2. Hopefully soon. Because that one looks pretty damn good, so... excited for that. Yeah, end of story. I like strategy games, but it really depends on which one in particular, I guess. Like Disgaea, I haven't really gotten into them too hard yet, but I don't know. Maybe it might be a lot harder to get into those. But that doesn't mean I'm stupid because I don't like specific games. That's just a dumb way of thinking. Anyway, that's it for this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time for some more Crash 4. And as always, take care, everybody.